Hola clase, este video se llama capítulo 5.1 gramática, el pluscuamperfecto. El pluscuamperfecto, o en inglés, the pluperfect. You use the pluperfect tense to describe an action in the past that occurred before another action in the past. To form the pluperfect, you're going to combine the imperfect tense of the verb haber with a past participle. And you generally use the Spanish pluperfect in the same way that you use its English equivalent. So we're going to start forming this tense by conjugating the imperfect of the verb haber. What are the forms of haber for the imperfecto? Yo había, tú habías, él, ella, usted había, nosotros habíamos, vosotros habíais, y ellos habían. And then the second part of the pluperfect is the past participle. So for AR verbs, we add ado. For ER and IR verbs, we add ido to the stem of the verbs. There's a few things to remember. First, the two-vowel rule still applies. You still need an accent. So like I went over in the last video on the presente perfecto, all those rules about those participles are the same. So caído would still work for caer with the accent, or leer would still be leído with the accent, and so on. Secondly, the pronoun rule is the same. So all of the pronoun rules that I went over in the presente perfecto video, those still apply to the pluscuamperfecto as well. And then lastly, the irregulars are still irregular. So that same list, the ha abierto, dicho, hecho, puesto, all of those still are the same in the pluscuamperfecto. So let's look at what a verb looks like in the pluscuamperfecto when we conjugate the whole thing. This is the verb hablar en el pluscuamperfecto. Yo había hablado, tú habías hablado, él, ella, usted había hablado, nosotros habíamos hablado, vosotros habíais hablado y ellos, ellas, ustedes habían hablado. Vamos a practicar. Okay, número 1. I would like you to conjugate the verb bailar en la forma yo. Bailar yo. What would that look like in the pluscuamperfecto? You should have written down había bailado. Número 2. I would like you to conjugate the verb correr en la forma nosotros. What would that look like in the pluscuamperfecto? You should have written down habíamos corrido. Y número 3, el verbo hacer en la forma de ustedes. This one's a little tricky. I hope you remember that hacer is irregular. So you should have written down habían hecho. Aquí hay unos ejemplos. So what does this tense look like in context? Vamos a leer unos ejemplos. Cuando llegué a la oficina, el gerente ya había leído mis cartas de recomendación. When I arrived in the office, the manager already had read my letters of recommendation. Después de la entrevista, yo estaba muy nerviosa porque la dueña de la compañía me había pedido referencias. After the interview, I was very nervous because the owner of the company had asked me for references. Okay, ahora es tu turno. So I'd like you to use these examples as a structure of writing your own two sentences in the pluscuamperfecto. So if you'd like, you can start with cuando, and then right here you'll put probably a preterite verb, when something happened, and then I want you to use the word ya. So when something happened, whatever you'd like, make sure you put the thing that happened in the preterite. When something happened, and then the pluperfect right there. So again, here's your example. When I arrived at the office, the manager had already read my letters of recommendation. So I want you to write an example like that. When such and such happened, already what? And then use the pluscuamperfecto. There's the participle, so it'd probably be había or habías or habían. And then the past participle, ado, ido, or an irregular here. All right, let's do another example like this one. Después de, after, so you need to put after what, whatever you decide, like in the example, after the interview. Yo estaba, or if you don't want it to be yo, you can make somebody else have a feeling. Like this person said, I was very nervous, yo estaba, or somebody was, and there should be a feeling right here. Because, so after such and such, I was feeling what? Because, and then I want your pluperfect right down here. So this is your form of había, and this is your participle. So after the interview, I was very nervous because the owner had asked me for references. So some example that's similar to that structure. Ok, clase, eso es la gramática del pluscuamperfecto. Hasta luego.